Wow, are we actually live? I know. The videos haven't been coming actively, but are we live? I believe we are. That's crazy. Title of the video: Chicken and boxing talk. Why? Because I'm eating chicken Alfredo right now, and it's actually pretty good. Enjoying this chicken Alfredo, and as I talk this boxing, I will also be enjoying the chicken Alfredo that I am enjoying. Wow. Wasn't that redundant? But anyways, I digress. So I put this picture up because a few days ago saw a video with Ryan Garcia. Excuse me while I chew. And I have no idea what the hell is going on with Ryan Garcia. He's talking about he was locked out of his bank accounts, locked out of his social medias, and the whole video just looked weird. I was expecting somebody with a ski mask and a gun to step out from behind the camera and hold up a ransom note, because that's what it seemed like. It was very awkward. It was very out of place. Had no idea what was going on in the video, and I don't even understand why the video was made. So it was just real weird, real odd. Um, Boxing is very corrupt, and we know weird shit has happened in boxing, but nothing out in the open. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Ryan Garcia. I don't know if he's having another mental breakdown because he did pull out of fights before for mental health issues. I don't know if the magnitude of the fight is getting to him, although I would argue that popularity-wise, this is probably not as big as the Tank Davis fight and probably won't do the numbers that the Tank Davis fight did. But as far as career accolades go, this is by far the biggest fight he's ever been in against the most accomplished boxer, because I would say Devin Haney is a lot more accomplished than Tank Davis. They consider Tank Davis a 3-4 division champion. However, he's really not, because he never had a belt at 140. I don't count that Mario Barrios win at all because Josh Taylor was undisputed at the time. So yeah, it sounds nice, but whenever you come down to the facts and the reality, he was never a champion at 140. So I digress. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with Ryan. I know I had picked him to win the fight. What's going on, Ghost? How you doing tonight? I had picked Ryan Garcia to win the fight, but the way that he is moving, the way that he is acting, I don't have a lot of confidence. I'm starting to lose faith that he's even going to show up to the fight. And it's crazy because I was just on here saying that the fight would happen whenever somebody told me that it would not. And maybe they were an oracle, because after they said that, Ryan came out with this video. Maybe they're the ones that kidnapped him. I don't know where he was. It looked like he was in an airport or a train station. But the shit was just real weird. It was real weird. What's going on, Charles D? How you doing? Arnold Barboza. I think he can beat Devin Haney. If there was ever a dark horse in a division, I believe Barboza is that dark horse. I believe he can beat Teofimo Lopez, and I would not be surprised if he beats Devin Haney, because Barboza's been calling out Teo since he came to the division. In fact, I think he was calling him out before he even moved up. When Teo was first talking about moving up, that's when Barboza started calling him out. So I don't know. I'm not sold on Haney being that good. Even though he has good accolades, I'm not sold on him. Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's what I will say. Charles D. T.O. ducking him, I agree. T.O. been ducking him. Here's my problem with Devin Haney, okay? I'm going to look at his last 5 fights. In fact, let me pull up his box rate. Before I pull up his box rate, let's look at his last 5 fights, and we can go past that. I'm going to make a real good point. All right? Kambosos did beat up T.O., and he beat him convincingly and put him on his ass. But here's the thing with Devin Haney. He had Jojo Diaz, midget, George Kambosos twice, midget. Lomachenko, midget. Regis Prograde, midget. The dude has been fighting nothing but midgets. And in his 6th fight back against Linares, the first guy he fought his own size, who was inactive at the time, Linares was, he damn near got knocked out. He held on like a baby holding on to his mother for the next 2 rounds straight. So I have to ask myself 2 things. 1, why is Devin never fighting power punchers? Because he's not. 2, why is he always fighting midgets that he's significantly bigger than? And with that being said, that's why I lean towards Ryan Garcia. But the way that Ryan Garcia has been moving and acting, I don't know if Al Heyman has kidnapped him, allegedly, but something's going on. But I'm very curious now to look at Devin Haney. As I've discussed, the midgets that he's been fighting, I know he had Linares, but before that, wasn't it Gamboa, who's a midget? So let's look at his last few fights. Yep, I was right. So if you go 7 fights back, out of those 7 fights, 6 of those fights are against midgets. How tall was... No, Santiago was about his height. That's another good point. So Santiago, right? Mr. Alfredo Santiago, he gave Devin a run for his money, and that dude's not even good. And again, that's a guy who was taller than Devin. He struggled really bad against Santiago. I remember that fight. This dude is excelling against midgets because after he fought Santiago, he fought Gamboa, who's a midget. Nah, Devin Haney's probably like 5'7" in real life. Because whenever he takes off them lifted shoes, he shrinks. But he struggled against Santiago. He fought Gamboa, that's a midget. He went back up to Linares, who was around his same size. Damn near got put on his ass. Hurt for 2 rounds straight. Holding on for dear life, quit fighting. Then he goes back for the next 5 fights and fights midgets. Diaz, Kambosos, Lomachenko, Prograde. I really don't think I'm not convinced. See, and that's another one, Charles D, I'm not convinced against. I don't think Matias is that good. This dude already lost to a tomato can, and he has no defense. He is completely reckless with his offense. Completely reckless. He's like Deontay Wilder. He just wings shots. And he has no regard for his own safety. So I think Matias gets picked apart by elite fighters. What's going on, Prodigal? I'll drop the link if you want to hop on. I mean, so Charles, this is my thing, okay? And this is the Deontay Wilder effect. He's got cinder block hands against who? Who are the people he's knocked out? Who are the people that he's shown this devastating power against? See, anybody can look good beating up a bunch of low-tier opposition. Anybody can look good. Anybody can look like a killer beating low-tier opposition. However, when you step up in class, chins tend to step up. Defense tends to step up. Boxing IQ and ability steps up. So how good is he really on the elite level? We don't know. And again, he's already been dropped. He's been dropped by guys without power. So where's his end? I don't know. What's going on, Prodigal? How you doing?
What's going on, Tony? I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm sitting over here eating this chicken Alfredo. Hey, we'll show it real fast. We got the chicken Alfredo. Tastes really good.
Nice.
But Prodigal, how do you feel about this Ryan Garcia video? Do you think he got kidnapped?
I have no idea what's going on. Like, as I wrote in one of your previous videos, I'm actually going to the fight, and I really hope they'll be there. I really hope.
I hope so too. I hope you don't have to get a refund.
No, I mean, because they're talking about like possible people who can like save the show. So I think whoever's like the undercard, like the chief co, the chief the co-main, that person may potentially can save the show possibly. I forget who is the co-main, but I think one of them will probably move up if that's the case. I even
Well, yeah,
heard
they were
something.
talking about
Yeah,
Arnold Barboza stepping up
yeah,
to fight Devin Haney.
yeah. I even heard something crazy about Adrian Bronner even going in
Oh gosh, AB ain't fought in so long, and in his last fights, he don't let his hand go. I don't want to see AB in the ring. I really don't want to see AB in the ring. What's going on, Charles?
What's going on, Charles?
Gosh damn, you over there eating your mic?
Nah, I was switching microphones. I just,
Uh,
I went on a rampage buying wireless joints because everybody be like, yo, you always got the wire joints because the wire joints are always fishy. But I'm just over here test driving one, two, three, four different wireless pairs.
wow.
What? The fuck? Well, you sound good right now, so
Yeah, these sound better, and then the other ones sound good. I lost those twice. I threw it in a river. Once I lost the one, one fell out my ear, and I tossed that bitch. But I ain't got a
Ooh,
pair, so I just tossed it.
you just started to sound different. I don't know if you switched again, but your voice sound different.
No, 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 because I was switching them. I was doing I'm still going through the wireless and the wired ones. The wired ones are good though. But I couldn't hear what you were saying. I heard you say something about your chicken Alfredo was tasty, but you in
Amazing.
the South, so everything down there is fucking great.
You know what? It is, but it isn't because New York got certain things. You know, like we have Philly cheeses up there, authentic ones. We have pizzas that are huge, that are way better. So there's
Oh,
certain things in New York that are better.
pizzas. We got pizza. Pizza's locked down. That's New York. It don't. I don't care what borough you go to. We got that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hands down.
That's what I'm saying. So certain things are better in New York than down here.
Nah, but you know what is also better down there where you at? Price point. Because I could go down there, go
uh-huh.
to Five Guys and spend like 15, $17, as opposed to coming up here to Five Guys and I spend 30.
Oh yeah.
And the food tastes way better down there. I'm
Well,
not even
everything, yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, everything way cheaper from gas, the houses, the food, anything you could think of is gonna be way cheaper down here.
I was like, if I didn't have kids, I would have stayed in Georgia.
Bro, you should have stayed in Georgia.
I would have definitely stayed down there. Nah, my kids is up here.
Bro, you should have kidnapped your kids like Al Heyman kidnapped Ryan Garcia.
That nigga Ryan Garcia was in his basement.
Because then well, I don't even know. I hope he's okay because I think a lot of people are saying he's just real erratic right now. It's just kind of like him having a nervous breakdown and all this. Because remember, he had like his mental health stuff in the past. So I hope this is not like the second effect of it.
But he didn't pull that shit with Tank though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his shit kind of makes sense, but I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just the timing of it.
It's everything's weird. I mean, I don't. I also don't know if you guys watched him on. Like, he's done a couple like podcasts as of late, and he just doesn't look right even in the podcast. Like he's like slurring his speech, and his
I'm
face
telling
is
you right
all
now,
puffy.
that
You know,
motherfucker Ryan Garcia was being broadcast from that subway station in the Matrix that Neo like somehow looped into. Like fucking train master done got that dude.
Oh, I saw the same cat. Was it the same
uh,
cat? It was.
Exactly. Deja vu like a motherfucker. Like I just saw the same black cat twice.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I just think between the pressure of his promotional company, uh,
he
the
has an
shit that he's
ex-wife
got,
too. Didn't he lose his wife?
yeah, the whole thing with him just having a baby, and it's just a whole bunch of shit with him. I I come from a different time era, so I can't even say like this whole mental health shit. I can't agree with because back then it was different. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at a nigga and see him and be like, all right, that's this. But then you see him right here, and he'll tell you, "Oh, I'm 100% fine. They won't take my." they took my credit cards, they did all this. It's like, yo, son, you just got kidnapped from a press conference. Like, how did that work? Where's your security?
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you, like I started off the stream saying, I was expecting somebody with a damn ski mask and a gun to come out from behind the camera with a ransom note. Like, what the fuck is going on with this dude?
Is this the same thing? Are you talking about like how they were saying he was dead as well?
No,
he
I
was
didn't see
dead.
that. They
I ain't
said he
hear
was
that shit.
dead.
Yeah, they said
Oh,
he had a
okay. So
post on like
this.
IG that was saying he was like murdered or something like that. Well,
Okay, so
in,
this
in,
fight's
Oh
in
not.
shit,
GTA,
Yeah,
in GTA, in
this
GTA,
fight is not gonna happen.
they
in
done
GTA.
cloned this motherfucker. That's what happened.
That's what
No,
I'm
he's
saying.
going. It was one, a built-in excuse, and two, if it wasn't a built-in excuse, they was gonna find a way to pull him out of this fight.
Well, what's the point? Because isn't he supposed to make like career high payday with this fight?
I don't know about a career
Okay, probably not, because I
pay.
think he got like 30 million from 10. So,
I don't know about career, but the way they selling this shit with all the Scooby Doo mysteries, it might do that shit. But
yeah, I
it
mean,
depends if he shows the fuck up.
he has to, man, because it's at the
But
Barclays. And he
but
just
like
has
where
to.
the and I want to pay for this fight. Like I want to go to the fight.
I'm
I'm
gonna
in
be
New
there.
York.
I'm
And I'm
actually
like,
gonna be
yo,
there too.
but I'm not paying for it if he backs out. Like,
That's the
nah,
thing.
that's not what I paid for. I see people that's mad right now. They paid 2 bands for 2 tickets, and they like, oh shit, he might back out.
That's exactly what's
That's why I
happening
wait
with me right
last
now.
minute.
That's exactly what's happening with me right now. So I feel like, oh, if he doesn't show up, I'll be highly disappointed.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, who's his replacement? Because now all of a sudden you see the
Barboza.
shit with, no, you see the shit with AB
Yeah, that's what I
popping
just
up, and
said.
it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to see AB fight this nigga.
I mean,
Honestly, I'm not.
it'd be hilarious to see.
I don't understand how did AB come into the mix because they had Barboza at the press conference.
Dude, everybody's coming out the fucking woodworks on some
Yeah.
Royal Rumble shit, and it's like, okay, now it's
Yeah.
like they all banking on this nigga backing out, and then who's gonna fill in? I'm definitely not paying to go see AB
I
fight
feel
this
like Conor
motherfucker.
Ben should just do it. Why not Conor Ben? Just get him.
Can Conor Ben pass the drug test?
Well, he can fight in the U.S. He can't fight, and then he's in the WBA rankings again.
Yeah,
So,
but then it would have to be at a catch weight, right? Because
most
Den is
likely.
fighting at 140. So what they gonna
Yeah.
meet at, like
Yeah.
144 or whatever? You can't. You kind of Ben last fight he came in at what 170?
No. What? You talking about fight night or the weigh-in?
No, I'm talking about fight night.
But
Oh, probably. He's big as shit.
Yeah, but then what is he gonna come in for? Like, what would be the catch weight?
I don't
Dev
know.
came in at like 165, so it won't even be a 140 fight. It'd be like a fucking middleweight fight or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, you figure. I mean, if there's a catch weight, it'd be 147. If not, they'd have to fight at 154.
Ain't nobody paying to see that shit. I'm not spending my money to go see that shit. I wanted to see Ryan Garcia, and plus I wanted to
I'll tell
see
you this right
Pitbull,
now.
because ain't Pitbull and what's his face on that card?
Pitbull and who?
Pitbull and Rolly. Is
Rolly?
that the same card?
No,
don't
no,
know.
no.
I think that's the March
PBC.
30th.
They
Yeah,
wouldn't be
that's
Oh,
on
the
that
that's the
March
card.
PBC
30th.
card. Okay, I don't even know who's on that card. So I was only going to
They
see
didn't announce the
Haney.
card yet. I mean, they didn't like. They only have like 2 like fighters.
Yeah, and that's why I'm holding my judgment. Like, all right, but if Ryan's gonna back the fuck out, I don't even know what the undercard looks like.
That's what I'm saying. It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I don't know
Which
who's
is
on
crazy to say because I mean, what we're only
I
a
only
couple
cared
days
about the main
into
event for that fight. Like,
Yeah.
but I will say this. I think Barboza can beat Haney. So if Barboza steps up, I still think it's a good fight.
Nah, my boss ain't being Haney. I'm sorry.
He gonna beat the brakes off of him.
That last fight that he just had, I'm not that
So I
kind
was
of
going
man.
through this, Charles. You wasn't here. Let me
Hmm?
tell you the last 5 fights that Haney's had. Okay.
No. I was in the chat when you was talking about his last 5
Okay.
fights, but I was also listening to the last. Well, not listening to you, but I also saw Barboza's last fight, and that told me all I needed to see. Because Barbosa's gonna have his fucking hands full with a pure boxer. A pure boxer is not gonna sit there and let you hit on him. He's gonna move. That dude was tailor made for Barbosa on that Golden Boy card.
Yeah, but he was a lot bigger than Haney at that press conference. Like he was significantly bigger than Haney. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Charles. I have a lot of questions about Devin Haney because when I look back at his career over the last fights, like I said, he struggled against Santiago. Like he struggled bad against Santiago, and that's a shit fighter. And that dude was taller than him. Then he fights a midget in Gamboa. Then he fights fucking Linares, who was ring rusted, and damn near gets knocked out and holds on for dear life for 2 rounds. Then he goes back to fighting nothing but midgets.
And he lost to Lomachenko.
Yeah, he lost to Lomachenko, who's also a midget.
I can't say he lost, but I'm just saying 5'7". I'm not saying no. I'm just saying 5'7", 5'7" is not a giant. 5'7". Both my sons are taller than them, and 13, 14. It's not a giant. Like he's little nigga.
My 10-year-old almost as tall as them. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, like, and they weigh as much as them. That's the fucked up shit. Like my young boys got them in height and weight. I got 13, 14, 140, and 147. But one plays football, one wrestles and does jujitsu. So
speaking of wrestling, real fast, detour. Y'all see the video where Terrence Crawford scooped up some interviewer?
Oh yeah. He said, "How we gonna do this, Brooklyn?" He was talking to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And then he put his hand behind his head so he ain't smack his shit right on the fucking floor. He was just like, "Hey, how we gonna do this, Brooklyn? How we gonna do this, Brooklyn?" Brooklyn was like, "Nah, we good." He already knew, like, it's over. But Bud is he different though. Like that nigga know how to box and wrestle. That's a difference.
He got the
not a lot of people know how to. They don't understand hand position, foot position, shit, wrist control. Because that's how he set that whole slam up.
Well, if you notice too, like he yoked him in the air and then he caught him before he even slammed him.
Yeah, but I'm talking about before he fucked his hand up trying to be reckless to drop him on the floor. He dropped him on the floor with 2 open palms. Did you notice that?
Well, yeah. He was bracing the fall for the dude.
Uh-huh. But you know what I think should happen? Because they're saying Bud is supposed to be doing his debut at 154. What you think about him and Danny Garcia at 154? Just for him to just test the waters at 54.
For one, Danny Garcia wasn't a good 147-pound fighter. How the fuck is he gonna survive at 154? I think that's a one-sided mollywop. Like Danny.
No. I'm just saying, if you're going based off of performance, Danny's last performance at 154 was a solid one. He looked good at 54.
Against who though?
Who the fuck did he just fight at 54? I just had his
Benavidez.
Yes.
No.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. He did fight Benavidez.
Yeah, that's my point. Who was also himself only 140-pound fighter, just like Danny.
But who do you want him to fight?
He was a heavyweight champion in Creed,
but who you want him to fight at 54 to just test the waters? Because you got Zoo fighting Thurman, the WBA is vacant. I think they already picked 2 fighters to fight for that shit.
He could fight Lubin.
Ain't Lubin at 60?
No, not to my knowledge. He was still at 54 because that was the fight that fell through with Zoo. Zoo was supposed to fight Lubin.
Yeah, but I thought Zoo said Lubin moved up.
I'm not sure about that.
Because he was saying he was going for. He was supposed to be fighting for
Charlo. He could fight Charlo. He could fight. Charlo ain't got to fight. He could fight.
Charlo has no belts.
I know. So go up there, step up, fight. If you could beat Charlo, now you can compete with the elites. Or he could fight like Tony Harrison for a warm up. Really
Didn't Harrison hang him up?
I don't know. Like if he had a big fight like that, I think he would still fight because he ain't that far out from the loss to Zoo.
Why does he just go up to 160? I think he could fight Big Charlo for the 160-pound title.
Yeah, but Big Charlo don't know where the fuck he's at because he holds a title at the WBC at 60.
But he would definitely fight Bud.
He just missed the fucking catch weight to fight to go to 68.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but he would fight Bud for the money, and risk it all for that. He would.
I don't think he'd fight him.
He might fight him, but here's the thing. I want to address this. Mark Anthony, or Anthony, my bad, Mark Anthony. I want to say this, and Charles could disagree with me all day, and I don't give a fuck. Canelo would destroy Bud Crawford. It wouldn't even be competitive. He would fuck him up so bad. It would not. It would be a non-competitive fight. There's no point in that. He's way too big for Terrence. Terrence would get absolutely annihilated.
You know why he's not entertaining that fight with Crawford? And it's not even size. There's a skill gap. Power gap, yes, favors Canelo.
It don't
Skill
matter.
gap, Tone. I get what you're saying, but I get what you're saying, but I can understand both.
Let me say this. There are a bunch of 12-year-old silver glove champions that are way more skilled than you, but you beat the fuck out of them. He's too small. He's too small. He's too small.
Everybody says he's too small, but fail to realize that this motherfucker was 177 on a scale. And I have the video of it on Thanksgiving. He's not that small.
Charles.
He's the same size as Canelo. They both 5'8".
He's not. They're not even close. Even if Bud was 177, let's roll with it. Okay. Let's just say on an everyday walk around, he's actually 177, which I question.
Okay.
He probably has some fucking weights in his pockets that you didn't see because they just showed his feet. But anyways, I digress.
Okay, yeah, he got big feet, but however you want to roll with it.
Canelo was in between 185 pounds and 190 pounds when he fought Kovalev years ago. This dude is in between 190 to 200 on a day-to-day.
Okay, and what did Floyd do to him at a catch? It wasn't even a catch weight. They gave Floyd the 152. Go ahead, Canelo, make 154. And what happened in that fight?
No,
exactly.
It wasn't
exactly. One side. That was Tony. That was a one-sided ass whooping.
Hold on, time out. Let me say this. Slow down. One, it was a catch weight, and there was a rehydration clause put on Canelo as well. He had to come to 152, and he couldn't gain more than 10 pounds by fight night. Just like what fucking Tank just did to Ryan Garcia. On top of that, you could already see that at that point in time where Canelo was, there was a huge skill gap in between him and Floyd because he should have lost to Austin Trout. In my opinion, Austin Trout beat him, and Austin Trout is a Dollar General version of Floyd Mayweather Jr.
No, I agree with you with the Trout. Well, I felt it was a close fight, but I still gave Canelo.
But my thing is this. If 147-pound Floyd fought 168-pound Canelo of today, Floyd would get his ass whooped.
Nah, I don't see that.
I'm telling you, he would walk through him. All the skills.
No, that's cool. That's your opinion versus mine, and I don't I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
I think I believe in Bud just for the fact that he has to, lug around his wife. That's all I'm gonna say.
And his wife is a big lady. That's a big woman.
And that's why he's so good at wrestling.
His wife ain't small. Have you seen her?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And that's no disrespect to him, but I'm just saying, you think he can't hold his own?
I seen his wife drag some chick in a parking lot.
You think he can't handle his own against Canelo? Canelo don't
like exactly what I'm saying.
Canelo do not like counter punches. He don't like people with good feet, and he got longer arms than Canelo. And Crawford is not some basic ass fighter.
Would you consider the Kell Brook win kind of tantamount as a litmus test for Canelo in the sense that Kell Brook was once a 160-pound fighter, even though he also campaigned at 154?
No, I just think he blew up in weight for that fight. It was a payday for him. It was an opportunity, and he took it. As far as Kell Brook,
I mean,
because hold on, Tony, because if we're gonna go
Canelo.
Because if we're gonna go by this shit, because if we're gonna go by this bullshit, and he's talking about he don't fight smaller people, Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Jamel Charlo, but you won't give. No, hold on. Hold on 1 second.
When did Canelo fight Kell Brook?
No, he never fought Kell Brook. I'm saying
Not Kell
in
Brook.
terms
I'm
of
just
like
talking about.
size.
I'm sorry about Kell Brook. Amir Khan. He's smart for all the fighters. Jamel Charlo, but you. And then he said he won't get credit for beating a 2-time undisputed person, but you would sit there and entertain little Charlo. But if this dude is telling you he can come up to fight you, you're not gonna take the fight. You
But
can still sell. You could still sell it as undisputed, because that's what it would be. But you're not gonna entertain it, not just a little bit.
so let me go off of that. First off, he was never supposed to fight Jermel. He was
Yes, he
supposed to
did.
fight
Well, that's
Jamal.
cool.
No. Let me finish. He was supposed to fight Jamal. Jamal
Mhm.
was still injured. That's why his brother stepped in to fight Canelo. Canelo was already locked in to fight the big Charlo. The big Charlo couldn't make the fight, so the little brother stepped in. But what did we learn in that fight? We learned exactly what I said was going to happen in that fight. He was going to be too small for Canelo. People was like, no, he's bigger than Canelo. Look at his height. Height don't mean shit. It means it's all about weight. I don't care how tall you are. It's about your mass. That's where your size comes from. It's not a height class. It's a weight class. And I knew there was nothing Charlo could do to hurt Canelo. Charlo found that out very quickly in the fight, and he went into flight mode because he felt the power of Canelo. And when he landed his power on Canelo, it had zero effect. So he stayed away from him the entire fucking fight. It's going to be no different than Bud. It's only going to be worse against Bud because he's even smaller
No.
than Charlo.
Okay. He's even smaller than Charlo, but his measurements add up to Floyd, and he hits both hard from right and south, from orthodox or southpaw. But that's gonna be the same. Canelo avoids niggas like Crawford. There's a reason why he didn't fight. He's not fighting Benavidez. There's a reason he's not fighting Abubu Andre. Niggas need to stop sitting there and be like, he lost to fucking Benavidez. You see what would have happened when he would fought Canelo? No, because that's not Canelo's victory.
So, Charles, Benavidez and Andrade are nothing like Terrence Crawford, okay?
Listen, you're not understanding where I'm going with comparison. Canelo hates Tony.
But
He
Bud doesn't move.
he hates movers.
He doesn't move.
There's a
though.
reason he didn't fight them niggas, because them niggas are movers and they fight lefty and righty. There's a reason he avoided those fights.
Terrence Crawford isn't a mover.
He does what the fuck? He does move, and he fights from both stances.
He fights at mid-range. He's a mid-range counterpuncher.
Dude, he doesn't have to. Who has a longer? Tony.
Oh my gosh.
I'm no. Just answer me this: who has a longer reach?
Terrence.
What's the height?
The same.
Who has better foot movement?
Crawford.
Okay, argument over. That's where this is where Canelo stops fighting motherfuckers.
Okay, so first and foremost, let me say this.
Go ahead.
The only time Crawford has ever been a mover in his entire career was against post style. That's the only time he's ever fought off the back foot. 1. 2, he comes right at you. Yes, he has.
He fought off the back foot when he fought Benavidez's little brother, but I'll let you go ahead.
No, he fought him several times in the pocket. In fact, whenever he stopped him in the 12th round, it was due to pocket work.
I'm talking about in the beginning of the fight. What was Benavidez doing? Benavidez was coming, jab, coming forward. Crawford was countering.
Yes, because he's a mid-range counterpuncher. Like I said, he doesn't fight.
Hold on, I'm listening to you. Let me just mute for a second.
Yeah. But you over here dying like Ryan Garcia. Like I don't know what's going on with you, man. But
I was coughing because I was inhaling something. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. The thing about Crawford is he is a mid-range counterpuncher. Yes, he's got good feet, but he has good feet like Lomachenko. He circles you at mid-range. He doesn't fight you from maximum range with the jab. He doesn't fight you from maximum range with the straight. His strongest attribute is being at mid-range, counterpunching you. The problem is that right there is going to neutralize his reach advantage, because when he can touch Canelo from mid-range, Canelo can touch him. The biggest issue is going to be how much bigger Canelo is. I don't believe Bud is going to be able to hurt him. I believe, just like Charlo found out, Canelo arguably has the best jaw in all of boxing, and Crawford's not going to crack it. And he's going to walk through Crawford, and he's going to beat on him. And Crawford is going to learn very quickly how heavy them hands are. It doesn't matter if Canelo hasn't had a lot of knockouts recently, all his shots are like Joe Joyce. They hurt. They add up. They're heavy. He doesn't throw a soft punch. And when you get a little guy against a big guy who can just walk through him, all them skills go out the fucking window.
Just like all the skills went out the window when Floyd was whooping his ass.
Okay, first off, that's not even. I don't understand why people bring up Floyd. Okay, first off,
why can't I bring up Floyd? He's a smaller dude, longer arms, and a good boxing IQ.
Not really. So when Canelo had fought Floyd, Floyd had already won a 154-pound title, so he had already been up in that division before. Before he ever fought Canelo, he had been there.
Tony. Okay, Tony. Just no. Just hold on for a second.
No. You make
Did Floyd weigh 154 pounds? Ever?
I don't know because he didn't weigh in the night of the fight.
It don't matter. At the weigh-in of the fight, what did he? Oh my God! Floyd has never been over 150. Floyd came into that fight on fight night on the unofficial scale at 152. What is the difference between him fighting Canelo and the difference between?
I'm trying to tell you, but you keep interjecting while I'm getting to the point of it. The big difference. The big difference is this. Floyd had already been up to 154. Terrence has never been to 168. The second difference is Floyd and him were only one weight class apart. The third difference is Canelo had to come down to a catch weight and a rehydration clause, which he will not do for Terrence.
Hold on. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Go ahead.
So he was sapped already because he couldn't rehydrate like he was used to, and he had to go to a catch weight. He's not going to entertain either one of those with Terrence. Number 3, Terrence has got to go up 3 weight classes, which is something that Mayweather did not have to do. Number 4 or 5 now. I've lost count. Canelo was still fresh in his career. He had never been on the elite level in his entire life. That was the biggest step up of anything. The highest skill level fighter he had ever fought to that point was Austin Trout, who was brought up earlier. Now Canelo has been in there with many elites, many big names. He's not the same fighter. He's not inexperienced like he was against fucking Mayweather. The fighter Canelo is today is incomparable to what he was when he fought Mayweather.
Okay, so why he would not fight him, but he would entertain a fight with Little Charlo? Tell me the differences between them. I can tell you the differences right off the rip. There's a reason why he doesn't want that fight. I'm gonna let you tell me. Why doesn't he want that fight? He said he wouldn't get credit for fighting Little Charlo, but he fought him. Shut up. He fought him.
Don't tell me to shut up.
My fault. But why wouldn't he entertain the fight with Bud Crawford?
So first and foremost, after he beat Charlo, he got 0 credit.
He got hella credit.
No, he didn't. Every news article I read was talking about Charlo was just too small. He looked like he didn't belong in the ring with him. He got no credit.
And that came after the fight.
Right.
It came after the fight.
That's my point. He got no credit after the
fight.
fight.
Why is he not entertaining the fight now? It's the same, because the same thing is gonna come into play as when he fought Floyd.
Okay, what I'm trying to
They're both the same size.
Mm-hmm.
One's got longer arms, one's a little slicker. He's not gonna entertain it, and I can see it. But the fight that I want to see is him and Benavidez. But if he can't get that one, why wouldn't he not entertain that? You already fought Little Charlo.
Okay, so again, you just proved my point and you didn't even realize it. After Canelo beat Charlo, who was the 154 undisputed champion, he got 0 credit. Everybody came out and said he was too small. He didn't belong in the ring. It was too big of a gap. Crawford is even smaller than Charlo. So if you got no credit for beating the guy,
how did I prove your point when I'm telling you this dude weighed at 177? Yo, no, because you're not listening.
Because you don't want to hear it. What I'm telling you is
you have selective points.
You're not listening to my point. The point is this. After he beat Charlo, he got 0 credit because people said Charlo was too small. Terrence Crawford is even smaller.
No, he is not.
Oh my God. You do realize that Charlo is outside of fight shape is a lot bigger than 177 pounds, right? He's not
Do you also realize that Crawford is the same way? Do you notice all boxers cut weight differently?
Yes, but
You told me you fought, right?
yes.
And so did I. So where's this shit getting crossed up at?
Because there's not one person here that'll agree with you that Crawford is bigger or the same size as small Charlo. They're not. Charlo is much bigger than him. He's much bigger than him.
No, he is not.
Oh my God. Little Charlo has been on record saying he weighs about 190 pounds when he's not fighting. The dude is 6 foot tall. Like what? They're not even close.
And what does Crawford his walk around weight is?
I mean,
do you know his walk around weight?
Yeah, I do, because there's a channel over here called It's Two Boxing. They go to Terry Crawford's gym and they say
there's also another channel where he sat there and he is at 177.
You asked me a question and I'm trying to answer it. So let me answer it. So according to the guys who go to his gym, who train at his gym, he's about 165 pounds on a day-to-day. I don't care about one off picture that I've seen where you can't even see him, that he's probably got fucking dumbbells in his pocket. What I care about is what they said. On a day-to-day, he's about 165 pounds. That's his walk around. And that's coming from people who see him on a day-to-day. Okay, so again, there's no way you can sell this fight. He's too small. And I just see him getting walked through. I don't care how good he is. He's my number one pound for pound, been my number one pound for pound for years. But he's just too small. Prodigal, are you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Can you think of one fighter in the history of boxing that jumped up 3 weight classes and beat the champion 3 weight classes up without ever fighting in that weight class?
No, I can't think of anybody at the moment.
I can't think of anybody ever that's ever done in the history of boxing.
Because I was gonna say maybe Pacquiao, but I'm not even sure.
He went up 1 by 1.
Yeah, but I don't know if he
Sugar Ray
didn't
Robinson
really...
is probably Sugar Ray is probably the closest one.
I don't even think Sugar Ray Robinson went up 3 weight classes in one fight before ever fighting higher.
Do you know how many weight classes?
Well, would you consider Roy Jones doing that then when he became heavyweight champion?
Well, he was light heavyweight.
He was light heavy. He jumped cruiserweight and went to heavyweight.
And then he went after the weakest champion there and immediately ran back down once he beat him.
He didn't run back. You see how you try to discredit that?
Hold on.
How did he?
I'm not
how
trying
did he
to
do?
discredit nothing. What I'm saying is Roy Jones went up there. He beat Ruiz, who was a joke of a champion. Why didn't he fight any of the other heavyweight champions?
Dude, he was 205. Ruiz was a legit champion.
Ruiz was the weakest champion and never considered great. So again,
it doesn't matter. He was a legit champion.
You're not answering my question.
You act like he went for a regular strap. He went for someone who could have unified.
You're not answering my question. My question wasn't how much did Roy weigh fighting him. My question wasn't did he beat Ruiz, because he did. My question was why didn't he fight the other heavyweight champions?
He's too fucking small.
So now Roy's too small, but Terrence isn't.
But there's a difference between middleweight and 168. That's what, 14 pounds? And then you got heavyweight that has no fucking limit to their weight. It's 200 and better.
Yes, there's no limit.
Poor fucking comparison. Once you're heavyweight, that's it. Do you feel sorry for Mike Tyson if he fought when he fought motherfuckers? And Prime Mike is what, 215, 220? Or
In between,
maybe a little lighter than that.
no, in between 218 to 225.
So if he fought somebody at 250, 260, no problem, right?
No, none.
And why? Because he's a fucking heavyweight. There's no cap on their fucking weight. That's
Right.
it. At that point, there's no weight.
But what you're missing, Charles, is at heavyweight, they don't cut weight. So where they fight is where they fight. They
Okay,
don't,
but you're missing the same point.
Let me finish. They don't blow up 30 pounds by fight night. So if you're outweighed by 30 pounds on the scale, by fight night, you're going to be outweighed by 30 pounds. You know what you're fighting. The difference is Canelo's going to cut weight to 168, and he's going to be up 30 pounds or more by fight night.
How is that no different than... Son, you just killed your whole argument because heavyweight hold on, because there's no limit on heavyweight, at least when you're at 68, 75, 95, 60. You know what the fuck you need to make, you know what you need to lose. Heavyweight, you don't got to lose shit. There's nothing, all you got to do is gain. It's where you feel comfortable at.
Okay, first off, heavyweights don't gain, they fight where they fight. When you look at a heavyweight's resume, if they do go up in weight, it's very slowly because they get older and they just naturally get heavier.
No, but I'm just saying.
What I'm saying, though, what I'm trying to
say,
tell
they don't have to cut weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no cut if you're a heavyweight.
Okay, so when Roy Jones was a champion, if I'm not mistaken, Prodigal, you can correct me. Lennox Lewis was a champion at the same time, correct?
I believe so.
Yes. So you had Lennox Lewis, who was in between 235 to 240. Now, you just claimed that he was way too small. That's a 30-pound difference, okay? Lewis isn't going to come any bigger. He's just going to come in 235 or maybe 240. The difference here is you got Terrence Crawford, who's never been to 168 before, all right? Now, by fight night, Canelo's going to be 30 plus pounds bigger. So where you said Roy was too small because of a 30-pound difference, how the fuck is Crawford not too small when Canelo's going to be at least 30 pounds bigger than him? It's the same.
You think Canelo's going to come into a fight against him at what? How heavy was he when he fought Kovalev?
When he fought Kovalev years ago, he was in between 185, 190. That's what Oscar said.
That's what Oscar said. I'm talking about
just pull up the box rec. Do you have box rec? Just pull up the box rec.
Yeah, the box rec, he was not that heavy.
He doesn't have the same day weigh-in to go off of. What I'm telling you is
I'm going off of what is that regulator?
Wait a minute, pause. You're going off of box rec. So with that being said, then Kovalev was only 175 when he got in the ring against
No. You're not listening to what he just said. He's saying what I just said. He said go off of what was you said the unofficial, right? Like what was the fight?
There was no unofficial weight for that fight.
No, he said there was there's always an unofficial scale for the fight.
No, there's not. There hasn't been.
When it's not the IBF.
No, that's incorrect. There has not been unofficial weigh-ins for a very long time. That's why they never posted anymore. What California does, which Devin Haney got caught up in.
How the fuck you mean there was? Oh my God, Tony! The last fight, kind of Ben fought the unofficial scale. He was 170. Well, so how you mean they not don't? How you mean they don't go off of unofficial scale?
Google it right now. Google it right now. I guarantee you, nothing's gonna come up. There's only.
Dude, I got this shit. I got this shit on my phone bookmark. 170 was kind of Ben's last unofficial when he did the hotel shit.
You're not fucking listening. You keep jumping in, chiming in, but you're not listening to what the fuck I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is only certain commissions do it. Overall,
I said and you're not listening. I said the IBF is the only people because they have that 10-pound rule.
The IBF
other than that.
The IBF is not a commission. A commission is done by the state. Each state has their own commission. There's only a limited amount of states that do unofficial weigh-ins anymore. That's why you never see unofficial weigh-ins in front of boxing matches anymore like you did in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, etc. They don't show it anymore because 98% of the fucking commissions, they don't do same-day weigh-ins. Unofficial, they don't do them anymore.
Well, if I'm going by the last fight that I saw, that's what I'm going by.
You're going off of Florida, California. Show me a Las Vegas unofficial weigh-in in recent times. You're not gonna find it.
But you just said go by the last one I saw, right? The last one I
You're
saw
not listening
was
to what I'm telling you. You're not listening. That was in the state of Florida. They do it in the state of Florida. That is
okay. You're not listening either. I said the last one I saw. So how you going to tell me the last one I saw? If that's what the last one I saw, that's the last one I saw. You see what I'm saying? That's the last fight that I saw where it was an unofficial. That was the kind of Ben fight. That's the last unofficial scorecard, not scorecard, the unofficial weigh scale that I saw. That was the last
And
one
I
that I
got
saw.
you. And what I'm trying to explain to you is there's very few commissions that still do that. The majority of fights, whether it be in New York, where you're at, Las Vegas, where most of the big fights are at, they do not do it. So you have no idea how much they weigh come fight night. I just Googled it. There's no unofficial weight for Canelo versus Kovalev. So the only thing we have to go off of is what Oscar said.
Well, if that's the last one that they had, then that's the last one, and then I will have to go off of. But the last one that I physically saw was the Conor Ben fight. That's the last one I saw.
And I understand that, and that's fine. But does Canelo fight in Florida?
Nope. He only fights in Vegas or Mexico. or
Right.
wherever.
Where they don't have unofficial weigh-ins.
Hold on a sec.
All I'm trying to tell you is Canelo was in between 185, 190 pounds on fight night against Kovalev, and that's coming out of Oscar's mouth. There's no unofficial scale to confirm that or not confirm it. We have to go off of hearsay. Somebody who would have actually have been there, who would have known his weight. And that was years ago. So if he was 185, 190 years ago on the scale, how heavy do you think he is now? I guarantee you, Canelo, because you can look at how thick Canelo is whenever he gets in the ring. I can guarantee you he's close to 200 pounds by the time it's fight night.
Shit, you don't
Yeah,
even
they
have to
usually
guess
say
that.
he's
You
like
can
a
just look at his
cruiserweight in there.
neck.
He say he's about like a cruiserweight in there when he fought, especially when he fought Bevo. He was probably cruiserweight side.
All you gotta do is look at his Canelo's neck. But
So that's my
there's a reason. There's
that's
a
my
reason he's not fighting slick fight. I honestly don't see anything wrong with him fighting Crawford. Because if you're gonna entertain one, entertain the other.
But my point is this: Crawford is even smaller, and he got zero credit for beating Charlo.
He got credit.
Would you say it's more of a marketability thing? Like they can't market it, like the after effect of it, right? Because if the market was already kind of lost when he fought Little Charlo, then him fighting Crawford, the market would also kind of be
It can't.
lessened.
It can't be that because he's entertaining fighting fucking Maul Charlo.
Who's even bigger than Crawford.
Jesus Christ! No, it's not the same thing because
Maul and Canelo are one weight class apart. One, not three.
And how did they market small Charlo versus Canelo? They marketed it undisputed, right? Versus undisputed.
Right. And they
Maul Charlo did absolutely nothing. So how could they not market that same fight the same way they marketed that fight?
Because what you're missing, what I've been trying to explain, and maybe Prodigal can break it down to you, after it was all said and done and the fight was over, Canelo...
He's asking you the same shit.
Oh my God. Canelo got zero credit for the win because everybody just said he was too small. So why would he fight a guy even smaller?
He got credit for that win. Who was saying he didn't get credit for that win? The same way he got credit for that win it'll be the same way he got the credit for beating Crawford.
Prodigal,
so how would he not?
Obviously, I'm failing. I'm failing to break this down for him to understand.
No, because
So
you're
he's
saying he
talking about
didn't
it
get
from,
credit
like-
for it, but
like like,
Why
okay,
wouldn't he
yeah,
get credit for it?
of course, the fight is like marketable, but the after effects, like the aftermath of the fight, like let's say again, Canelo goes in there and just washes Crawford. He's not gonna get like really good credit for it because they're gonna be like Crawford was just too small, and he, it's always he dared to be great. So it looks like kind of a pity win on Canelo's part, and that's what we saw. What Little Charlo, it was kind of like a pity win because the Little Charlo didn't do anything in that fight, so he didn't really
No,
get
he
much
just
credit
ran.
for that win because it was also like kind of a farce of a fight. So this is why it would also seem like, again, if Crawford goes in there and fights Canelo and then loses bad, then it will also be considered like a farce of the fight. So the marketability of it being undisputed will still kind of be tainted. So Canelo in this case won't get much credit for the win.
But it would still sell, is the whole point, because that's how they sold him versus Charlo.
But the Charlo fight didn't sell. He did horrible numbers.
That's why he
I don't
wants to
know what
jump to,
I don't know what the I
back
don't
to
know
the
what the
zone
numbers
again.
was, but I
Yeah.
just know that's how they promoted it, because when they first said it, I was like, okay, Maul's fighting. And they was like, nah, Mel. I was like, wait, what the fuck? But once he jumped in and he took the fight, it was like, all right, well, fuck it. If he can make the weight, he can make the weight. Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, look, man. If it happens, you're gonna just see what I'm telling you. Crawford's gonna get fucking ran over. He's gonna get steamrolled. He's too small. It's not gonna be competitive. I know you think it's going to be, but you're just gonna see size matters. Like it fucking matters, and he's just too damn small.
It ain't gonna be, if I see what it's gonna be a fight that I would pay for, because he don't want to fight fucking Benavidez. He don't want to fight whoever the fuck else. Let him fight him. Fuck it. It's gonna be the same thing as how they marketed it with Mel. So they pay for that. Whatever the backlash is, the backlash is. But you can't sit there and hold that against fucking what's his face Crawford, and then say, oh well, I don't see no point in doing that. Well, you
I'm
might as
not.
well do
I'm
that.
not.
You did the same thing.
I'm not holding it against Crawford because Crawford's going to get all the credit in the world when he gets his ass whooped. People are going to say he dared to be great. He jumped up 3 weight classes. It doesn't matter that he lost. He's going to get all the credit in the world. He's in a win-win. It does not matter what happens with Crawford. But when Canelo beats his ass like he's going to beat his ass, he'll get zero credit. It's a pointless fucking fight. Only people who really are in love with Bud actually think he stands a chance, but he doesn't. He's too fucking small.
All right, we're still recording, right?
It's like I'll give you a prime example, Charles.
No. Well, see, I like to bet on shit. So if that fight was to ever take place,
Yes, we can
what you
bet
got
money.
on it?
I don't care.
What you got on it?
Whatever you want to bet. I made a $15,000 bet with Andrew Tucker on here, and he never paid me my $15,000.
No,
So
I'm
I don't
not
even
Andrew
care.
Tucker. I'm not even Andrew Tucker, but
I don't even care.
I fuck with you. So
I got you. I
yeah.
don't care. If they make the fight, we could bet whatever you want to bet because it's going to be so non-competitive. I'm not even got one doubt in my mind or fear.
You said non-competitive.
It's going to be non-competitive.
Oh, please make this fight, Tony. I will bet you.
It's going to be so like, I'll give you another example, Charles. This is what I was going to say. There's another fight they're talking about that's just as ridiculous. Tank Davis fighting Inouye. Inouye will get absolutely annihilated against Tank Davis. Why?
First off, Tank needs to stop the dumb shit, because everybody knows Tank walks around way heavier than 130. He can't make 130. There's a reason why he got rid of that fucking title when he fought Santa Cruz. But there's also a reason why he's entertaining that fight, because it's a big money fight. But he's a fucking idiot. Focus on niggas at 135 and 140.
What I'm trying to tell you is no matter how great Inouye is, he'll get knocked the fuck out by Tank Davis because he's too damn small.
He's way too small. He came from where the fuck is Inui's coming from what? 102, 105?
Charles, this is where I'm getting frustrated. How can you say he's way too small when Inui to fight Tank is going up 6 weight classes? Crawford to fight Canelo is going up 6 weight classes.
No,
It's
my
identical.
whole shit, because a walking around weight is different than a fighting weight. Like, you get me? Like,
Inui walks around 155 pounds.
155. So
Yes,
130 is
that's what's been
kind.
reported. That's
It's
what's been
kind of.
reported, that he's about 155 pounds outside of fight competition.
And how is that out of the realm of him doing that shit? Because that's kind of realistic.
Because it,
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Yes, roll that up. Hold on. Mm-mm.
Are they gonna announce Canelo versus Munguia at all, or is that still kind of up in the air?
probably
That's
prolong
up in
it.
the air.
Either one's going to be trash. I don't want to see either
So
fight.
I don't
I
watch
heard
that
it,
shit
but
either.
probably be on PBC though.
How? Munguia is not a PBC
Because
fighter.
I think they
Yeah,
were saying,
he's a
I'm not
zone
sure if
fighter.
he actually left PBC or not. They were saying it would probably, they can do like a kind of a double brand deal, meaning like the zone and PBC will stream the fight.
You got that?
I don't know. Maybe that's true. I have no idea. I haven't kept up with Canelo because I only want to see Canelo fight Benavidez, and that's never going to happen. So I don't really care.
Benavidez he wants to fight Gautzvik now. So Gautzvik and Benavidez for like an
Wait, how the fuck
interim
does that? Yeah, how does that
175
work?
title.
I'm sorry. How does that work? Because they're both Reynoso fighters.
Yeah. Canelo didn't want to fight him, so Reynoso gave him a sacrificial lamb at 175.
But then they also say he wants to fight
Wait, who's a Reynoso fighter?
Both
Garcia.
of them.
So, oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is.
Garcia is a Reynoso fighter, and then he also wants to fight if he gets past him and he can't get the Bivol Beterbiev winner, he wants to fight who the fuck is up at cruiserweight? If somebody he wants to fight at cruiserweight.
Oh nah, he needs to stay away from cruiser.
He wants to fight Zerto.
Oh, he could probably beat Zerto. Zerto's trash.
Who, Canelo or Gautzvik?
No, not no.
yeah.
Benavidez wants to fight
Benavidez?
Zerto,
Yeah, Benavidez could probably beat Zerto.
but he wants to fight him at cruiser.
Yeah, I mean, that'd probably be his like cap, I think. He could probably go up to cruiser and do pretty well, actually.
Shit, I think his measurements, he's ain't fucking what's his face?
Actually, that would be a pretty good fight. Joel Pataya versus David Benavidez.
Yeah, I think Opataya would decapitate.
Yep, Opataya would kill him.
Ass. That's
that's a match to make though. That'd be a good match.
But that's what we would want to see as a boxing fan.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now you're maxing out where you're gonna go. Cruiser.
Well, I'm just saying because Benavidez just has like the density to be a cruiser. So, like, yeah, I think so.
I just again,
cruiser.
if he goes up to 190 plus 190 to 200, I don't see him beating anybody. Well,
but remember, that's what he was as a kid. That's what he was as a kid. So he's just going back to his natural way.
You think he won't stand a chance at 190?
No, I think Coley. I think Billum Smith. I think fucking Opataya and
no, he could beat a Coley, I think.
Nah, he's not beating Opataya, but the Coley.
Opataya, no. Billum Smith, I think it'd be competitive. Reactpor would be competitive. Whatchamacall. He could beat probably the current WBC cruiserweight champion.
What's his name?
Noel.
John. Mike, I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Mike
I don't
Terry,
even want to. I don't want to butcher his name.
But that dude right there with fucking. I'm telling you. Here's the thing. If Benavidez went up to 175 and fought guys in the top 20, I'd give him a shot. But if he goes up there and fights one of the top guys, he's going to get obliterated outside of Ramirez. Like, because Zerto sucks. Like, that dude's trash. But I don't see him being successful at all, jumping up that fast.
No, yeah, not that fast. He'll have to like graduate into that division, like probably when he hits like I don't know, maybe his mid-30s or something like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Nah, I don't know about mid-30s. Like shit, he can make that.
Well,
weight
because
now.
cruiserweight, cruiserweight's kind of similar to heavyweight. You can last a little bit longer as a cruiser than you would maybe in the lower weights. Because like I think what Arson is pretty old. No. I'm confusing him for somebody else.
Well, think about Breeders. Breeders is pushing 40.
Breeders is pretty old, and then they had whatchamacallit, Dorticus was there for a long time. So many cruisers were there for a really long time.
Well, that's because all cruiserweights are really heavyweights. They just cut weight.
Or they're light heavyweights, so they're not quite big enough to be heavyweights. They're just lighter, yeah.
You at cruiser.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Charles, is outside of fight competition, there's not one guy at cruiserweight who's below 220 pounds. Not one.
Nah, you could put Usyk in the same boat.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, all the cruiserweights are actually heavyweights. They just cut weight. That's the only difference. They're heavyweights that cut weight.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that one.
Whatever happened with Bundu Jack?
Badu's going to Bridgerweight now.
Okay, so he's going up.
He's trying to fight the WBC Bridgerweight champion.
So that's official.
Who is that?
I forgot.
Did Oscar Rivas ever lose?
No, I think he vacated the title or something like that, or he's like champion of recess or something like that. I forget.
Who the hell else is in Bridgerweight?
So crazy thing is WBA also has a Bridgerweight title now too.
Oh god, these sanctioning bodies.
So 2 sanctioning bodies have like that kind of buffer title, I guess.
So they're the only 2 sanctioning bodies that got Bridgerweight.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh god,
it's the dumbest weight class.
Can't they just simplify this shit?
I don't know, man. I actually believe in Gosvick. I think he could do something.
Yeah, but what's the official?
Rosansky, that's the champion. I don't even know who Rosansky.
Yeah. He fought. I think he was a cruiserweight.
He sounds like a golf player.
He was a cruiserweight who he moved up. I forget. He knocked out somebody who for that title, but I forget who it was.
Wait, so they have an official 4th sanctioning body for Bridgerweight?
No, just 2. It's just WBA and WBC.
Oh god, this.
The WBA just started it though, so I forget who's fighting for their title.
They don't call it Bridgerweight though. The WBA calls it something else.
Yeah, something else. It's something else.
What is it like? Some dumb shit.
Pretty much, I think something to that effect.
Some shit where if it's a catch, they can do some dumb shit. Yeah, that's crazy. And Bridger is 2. What is that?
Yeah, they call it super cruiserweight. So the WBA calls it super cruiserweight.
So that's what 215 to like 225. I'm guessing.
No, I think it's 201 to 224.
Ooh.
I hate Bridgerweight. Bridgerweight to me is a division for guys who are too shitty to be heavyweight champions. So they do this make-believe class to get a belt.
Well, you know what it was supposed to be for from the WBC's perspective? What it was supposed to be
Yeah,
is
the
Deontay
Wilder
was
belt.
supposed to be, yeah, it was supposed to be Wilder's like kind of division because he was supposed to beat Fury, and
209,
then he would have
202.
just fought for the Bridgerweight title, and then he could have just rode that into the sunset that he has two like titles kind of.
Yeah, but he turned that shit down. He said, "I'm a heavyweight."
Yeah.
But it makes sense, kind of.
Nah.
Like if you look at it, it kind of makes sense.
No, the point of it was like it's supposed to just be a buffer between cruiser and heavyweight, but that was the kind of the point of cruiserweight, as Tony said before. It's basically if you're a cruiserweight, you're just a heavyweight who cuts weight. So the point of being a bridgerweight is just like it's kind of no point. It's like again, it's like just a second type of cruiserweight.
Yeah, it's
Super
like
cruiserweight.
Yeah, but
like cruiserweight, like Prodigal just said, cruiserweight was for guys who are small heavyweights, so they cut weight and they have a division they can be successful in. But bridgerweight now, you're gonna have shitty heavyweights cutting weight just to be a bridgerweight. That's all you're gonna have. You're gonna have guys who are 240, 250 who are shit cutting weight to be a bridgerweight champion because they're trash. It's gonna be a trash division with no talent.
So that's like shit. Evander Holyfield would have ran that division if he could have had that choice.
Yeah, I
But
just
he
think
was
it's
already an elite cruiserweight though, so that was kind of his thing too.
Yeah, but it's also that bridge gap that you're talking about. Like,
I don't know, man. I look at
But
this
see, no, it was different. It would have been different times though, because the heavyweights of yesteryear weren't as big as today's heavyweights.
Yeah, they were much smaller. Like 240 was considered huge.
So they were legitimate, like bridgerweights in that sense, that they were just smaller heavyweights.
I believe
I
that
agree with that shit.
to me, bridgerweight is stupid. I think if you was gonna make a division, you make a super heavyweight division where, like, if you're 260 plus,
That's what they do in the Olympics. Which I don't know why they didn't follow that model. Like you have heavyweight, and then you have super
Do
heavyweight.
the Olympics have a super heavyweight?
yeah, but
Yeah, they do.
But
Yeah.
super heavyweight in the Olympics is just heavyweight and professional. Like heavyweights are cruiserweights in the Olympics.
So anything over.
No, excuse me. Let me rephrase that.
anything-
I meant amateur boxing. Amateur boxing has a super heavyweight class.
So anything over 205, right?
Yeah.
205?
But here's the thing. My thing is this. If you're going to make a new weight class, it needs to be like 260 plus. And now you have super heavyweight champions. And then you just keep your heavyweight champions at 259 and below. Again, though, when you get to the heavyweight weight class, in my opinion, weights, unless you have a fighter that's allowed to do what Tyson Fury, Lennox Lewis, Klitschko used to do, which is jab, jab, grab, and lay on you. If it's not legit a dude bigger than you laying on you, once you get around 200 pounds or bigger, you can knock anybody out at any size scientifically if you can punch hard. So I just don't see the purpose.
It's just a cash grab. That's all it is.
Yeah, more sanctioning money.
But didn't you say they were trying to do something in Saudi, that they're trying to create their own title out there or something like that? I think that's like the plan that they're trying to. The Saudis are trying to make their own sort of like title. So all the big fights, they have like some type of unified title or some sort.
The Saudis are trying to do their own undisputed shit. So this sounds like they're trying to weed out the
sanctioning
like this. Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to just weed it out, and I'm not mad at it though.
No, I like it. Yeah, I had put my own plate in the sink. I heard you probably go from the kitchen, but Yeah, so they're creating the undisputed title. So whoever wins out of Tyson Fury and Usyk, they'll get the undisputed title, and whoever wins out of Better Beef, they'll get the undisputed title. My thing is this: if the point of winning the undisputed title, there's no real point in having the other four belts because you have the one belt that reigns above all. You have the number one headband like Afro Samurai, like you're the man. So why pay for sanctioning fees when you can pay one and have the belt that reigns among all?
Well, isn't that kind of the same point of being like lineal champion? Like that's not a something like if you're the lineal champion, you're the champion.
Yeah, but
Kind
the
of
only
know.
problem with lineal is there's no title. It's just it is a title by name, but there's no actual belt.
I think also you can also say because like the lineage too, like when does the lineage break? Like technically, Lennox Lewis is still like the lineal heavyweight champion, but now Tyson Fury is considered.
I thought the lineage broke when Fury beat Klitschko.
But Lennox never lost like his lineal status. I don't think.
Well, it was so Lewis retired
But didn't he give
lineal.
it up when he didn't want to rematch Vitaly?
Nah. So he retired lineal. However, I forget who it was, but even before Lewis, the lineal had been broken.
But who broke it though?
I don't remember. Somebody retired lineal, and then it started up again.
So it didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The lineage breaks, and then it like
who broke it after? I thought it broke when Fury beat Klitschko. That's when I thought it broke.
Well, no, it didn't break. Whenever Fury beat Klitschko, he became the new.
Yeah, he
lineal
was the
champion.
lineal champion when Fury beat Klitschko. He's still in his. He's considered the lineal champion right now.
So how the fuck does that work then? God honest question. Like I
Because
don't even know.
how
I
it
don't
works.
even know. I don't even know how that
I'm about
works.
to tell you. I'm about to tell you. So the reason why Vladimir was considered lineal is because he beat everybody there was to beat at the heavyweight division. He beat all the top fighters, so he became the man. He was
Yeah, you
never
got to
the man
beat the
that
man to
beat
beat the
the
man.
right? But he was the man. No, he was head and shoulders above everybody. So if there's no lineal and you assert your dominance and you clear out the division, you become the new lineal champion. And somebody has to beat you to dethrone you. If you retire lineal, then they've got to do the same thing. They've got to clear out a division, be head and shoulders above their competition, prove themselves to be solidified as number one, and then a new lineage starts.
Okay, so when did the new lineal start?
With Klitschko.
When Klitschko lost to AJ, or when
No.
he lost to Fury?
Klitschko was lineal champion before he lost to Fury. He had become lineal because he beat everybody there was to beat.
Oh, so
When
Fury got it.
when Fury beat Usyk has it right now actually, and I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, how the fuck did that happen?
Because this is how it happened. So Klitschko beat everybody that was to beat. Vladimir was lineal. Tyson Fury beat him, became lineal. There was no lineal champion while Fury was gone for 3 years. Like he pretty much was retired, and there was no other new lineal made. Fury comes back, beats Deontay Wilder, gets his lineal status back. However, he said that he was retiring from boxing. So the Ring magazine, who controls the lineal status, said the winner out of AJ and Usyk would be considered the new lineal, and that's how Usyk became the lineal.
Yeah, that's why I always said I thought the ring title kind of like makes sense to like keep that lineal champion like kind of legacy. So I thought the ring title is sort of like if you have the ring title, then you are the champion of the division.
Yeah, yes and no. So you can have the ring title without being lineal. The ring title is just who the Ring magazine deems to be the best amongst the other champions.
That's also true. Yeah, it's kind of like a trophy title, kind of
Yeah,
like winning like the WBC Diamond Belt or something like that.
yeah, it just means that they consider you number one. And then you've had times where there's been in heavyweight division, there's been a lineal and undisputed at the same time. Because whenever Mike Tyson fought Michael Spinks was lineal and Tyson was undisputed. So it's all weird when it comes to lineal.
Yeah, because that makes no sense. Because if Mike was 1, 2, 3, 3, right?
Because back then you only needed the 3 belts to be undisputed. I think is because it was just the IBF,
Yeah, because I was
WBC, and
only count,
WBA.
I was only count 3 back. Or am I wrong?
No, yeah, the WBO didn't come around till like the mid '90s, but it was like considered like kind of how we do with the IBO today. It wasn't like it's not the 4 belt era. It was just a 3 belt era back then.
Yeah, and the reason why, Charles, that Michael Spinks was lineal, but Mike Tyson was undisputed was because Spinks beat Larry Holmes. At the time, Larry Holmes was considered lineal of the heavyweight division. However, when Spinks got the title off of Holmes, I forget what happened, but he was stripped. So he was stripped of the actual sanctioning titles, and Mike Tyson picked them up to where they were scattered to. But Spinks had never lost in the ring. So they still considered him the lineal champion for beating Larry Holmes. But because he was stripped, he had no actual titles. And Mike Tyson had picked up the other 3 titles to be undisputed. So there was a lot of people at that time arguing that Michael Spinks was the best, not Mike Tyson. Even though Mike Tyson was undisputed, there was still a dispute. And then Mike Tyson beat him in the first round.
It's kind of like similar with Shannon Briggs, right? When he beat
So
George.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shannon Briggs was a lineal champion too.
Yeah, Shannon was 1? Was he 1 or 2 times?
They just one time.
Hell no, I think he was 1 or 2.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because Shannon Briggs got what? 19 knockout, some shit like that. First round? Might be.
I'm pretty sure he picked up lineal when he beat George Foreman, but I don't think he ever picked it up.
Yeah, that's the only. I don't think he's had like an actual like title. No, he wasn't he wasn't a sanctioned body champion. He was just the lineal champion.
Shannon Briggs?
Yeah, or was he a WBO champion? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure he had the WBO title. I'm almost 99.99% positive.
Tommy Morrison definitely did. But I can't remember.
That's a good point that you bring up. Tony Morrison. I don't know. Hold on, let me look at it.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Shannon Briggs was the WBO heavyweight champion at one point in time in his career, but he got lineal from beating George.
I'm looking it up right now.
Looking who up? Tommy or Shannon?
Briggs, probably.
Oh, Brownsville. A lot of dudes come out of Brownsville. I'm about to wrap this stream up in a few. I'm gonna let Charles look it up. But
yeah, I'm getting tired myself.
Yeah, I gotta take a shower, go to work tomorrow. Cannot wait to not have to work. Bruh. You realize most people, if not all people, we work till we fucking die. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy.
It's the thing, you gotta find something you enjoy to do, so it doesn't seem like work, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because they be like
Briggs.
Retirement age is supposed to be midlife, right? However, midlife is 35 years old.
No, it's changing now. People are retiring. I know somebody who is still in their 90s and they haven't retired yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. But the old saying was that people retire when they're middle aged, right? People think middle age is 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
It's not. Middle age is actually 35 years old.
Yeah, because you're
Yep,
never
you get it
gonna
up there.
see Social Security.
That's crazy. Like you are middle aged at 35. We don't live long enough.
No, you're not, and you're not going to.
Nah.
Sadly to say that.
Like if you're lucky, you'll push 100 years if you're lucky.
Well, they're trying to say with modern technology, we can probably see 100 more people will at least.
Well, fuck modern technology. Let's talk
You
modern
know what's so
life.
crazy about a prodigal? You know what's so crazy about him saying that shit? If you go to like old graveyards, right? And they always said that people used to die young way back. But if you look at like all the headstones from like the 1800s, 1700s, all them motherfuckers were like 90 plus.
Exactly.
So I think they be lying about how long people used to live because I'm telling you, just go to graveyards and look. When you look at people from our era, it's like 60 to 70.
That's true. It's what they put in the food, all the microplastics.
Mm-hmm. Preservatives, fucking
High
chemicals,
fructose corn syrup, all through all your food.
all that
Don't
sugar. Sugar's
don't drink
poison to the body.
don't drink soda and don't drink all this other shit. You'll be alright. Natural sugars is not bad. Tony, I know you a diet dude, so
Yeah, but I don't know. Natural sugars actually cause more diabetes than processed sugar. So sugar in general is just bad for you. It's just bad, natural or non-natural. It's just
You never
you gotta
chewed on like a sugarcane
understand.
stalk before?
No, hold on. Let me get to this point real fast, and then re-ask me that prodigal. Don't forget it. I want you to really think about this, okay? This will prove to you how bad sugar is a poison. Look at all the skulls of bodies from 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, before sugar was a thing. All of them have a full set of teeth. You never see an ancient skull that's missing teeth.
I've never seen a body that old. But I'm
I think it
old
depends on
school.
what region we're in.
Nah, I'm old school. I'm one of them people that if you drink like Kool-Aid or if you drink soda, you rinse your mouth out with water to get rid of the soda. Like that type of thing.
Or you water it down.
Yeah, you just that's what you would do according to your grandmama.
I'm gonna try to do something. Let's do this. Hold on. Let me bring this up. We're gonna share screen real fast. Hold on. Just want to show you this real fast.
Or if you want to eat and drink something,
All right, can y'all see my screen?
look like bone
Yeah.
or
Right. Look
something.
at all these pretty ass white teeth. This is a 3,000-year-old skeleton. Even this skeleton right here, look at these pretty ass white teeth. I'm telling you, if you want to find out about how sugar is a poison, just look at all ancient skeletons. They all had these pretty ass teeth. All of them.
If I'm dying, I don't care about my teeth. Let them shits fall right out my face. But nah, I do agree with what a dentist would tell you. Just rinse your mouth out if you drink soda, you drink juice, just to get the natural sugars out of your teeth. I do that.
I think things were just made differently too. I mean, things were much more natural back then, you
Oh
know,
yeah, of
of
course.
course. So they didn't have the same sort of processes. Like you can, like I was saying before, like my earlier point was like, if you ever chewed on like a sugarcane stalk, you know, like you're chewing, so it's also already strengthening your teeth, but then you get the sweetness of the juice. So it's just like you're just drinking juice, basically.
So basically, a fucking a double bad.
Yeah, I've never chewed on a sugar cane. I've never even tasted like a natural sugar cane.
Oh
Nah,
man,
you
you're
serious?
missing out. You're missing
Really,
out, my
Tony?
brother.
Yeah, never.
You
That's
never
a
hit the
Southern boy special. I can't believe
No,
that.
it's not even a southern boy special. Tony's from New York, so you never had the oh shit, what the fuck is those sticks? You never hit the like the menthol sticks or the wooden sticks?
Nah, them little mint sticks. Nah, never.
Ah, okay, yeah, okay, that explains that.
Yeah, but I know
So
what you're
some
talking about.
people,
I seen them, but I never. Like, it's just never something I ever tried.
no,
I will tell you though. I
I
will tell
never
you.
did eat.
I tell you this though. The other day, I tried the nastiest fucking thing I ever tasted in my life. It was a fucking pickled egg. That shit was red, and somebody talked me into
Oh
trying it.
shit,
That
somebody
southern
got
ass
you.
nasty man. That shit was so fucking nasty.
Yeah, no, that's a no go. That's a no go.
Nah, I know exactly what you tried. You tried the pickled egg, and they got you.
Yeah, that shit was horrible.
That pink water with that fucking egg white
Yes,
in it. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, they got you.
Yeah, they got me bad. Like my New York tongue, like it like shrunk in my mouth like a turtle head.
Yeah, it should have. That shit is fucking terrible. That's the same thing as that's the same equivalent as because you from New York. Yo, try pig. What the fuck is that shit? Pig foot or
Pickle
pig
pig
feet.
feet.
Yeah, some shit. It's
I
all
ain't,
that shit is in the same fucking jar. It's all
yeah,
vinegar.
I ain't touching
And
that shit.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, that shit is disgusting.
Yep, I agree. I'm mad that I actually tried that egg though. It was so fucking nasty.
Yeah, I'd have probably punched him in the stomach for trying it. Yeah, yeah, you a nigga. Pooh,
I'd have accepted that.
nastiness.
I would have accepted that. You should have punched me in the stomach before I tried it.
That shit is straight nasty. Can't nobody sell me on eating some shit out of a pickle jar in New York. Hell no.
You want to know something even worse than that? So I don't know if you guys hang out with any Filipinos at all, but they have something that's like a poached duck egg, but you can still see like the fetus.
Oh, with the
Yeah,
dead
I've
duck.
seen that. I've seen that. You could pull the fetus out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
But you're
Hell no.
supposed to drink it in like it's a soup type of deal. So you crack the egg, but you can still see the baby duck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't fucking with that.
It's just a mere fact that you can see it that gets me. It's just like, yo, I would eat it, but the fact that I could see the baby duck, I'm just like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like that's why I couldn't eat no insects. Like if I look at it and it look nasty, I'm not touching it.
The fact that I could see it, I'm not touching it. Hell no. A dead duck?
Yeah, you can actually see it, but apparently they're saying that's like where all the protein is. It's like you gotta like swallow the duck. So I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. I'm
Yeah,
not eating
you
that
could see
shit.
the full fetus. Like you could actually see it. Like it's developed. Like fuck that.
That's that big ass egg, right? Like,
Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
balut. It's balut.
yeah,
This is called. Yeah.
yeah. They can have all that. Oh.
all right, on the nasty food, I'm glad I was done eating before we got to this conversation. I'm about to go to bed. Appreciate y'all hopping on.
All right,
Um,
bro.
Charles, you know it's always love when we go back and forth, but I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. Crawford gets walked through by Canelo with ease.
That's cool. We can agree to disagree. We bros. We can do that.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Y'all
Have
be
a good
safe.
one, fellas.
Why am I still here?